In Fujie, in the ancient state of Yue, stands the young mountain range, whose peaks sometimes reach a height of many miles. To the northwest there is a cleft in the mountains, once inhabited by a serpent 70 or 80 feet long and wider than the span of 10 hands. He kept the local people in a state of constant terror, and had already killed many commandments from the capital city and many magistrates and officers of nearby towns. Offering of oxen and sheep did not appease the monster. By entering man's dreams and making its wishes known through the mediums, demanded young girls of 12 or 13 to feast on. Helpless, the commandment and the magistrates selected daughters of the bondmaids or criminals and kept them until the appointed dates. One day, in the 8th month of every year, they would deliver a girl to the mouth of the monster's cave. The serpent would come out and swallow the victims. This continued for 9 years. In the 10th year, the officials had again begun to look for a girl to hold in readiness for the appointed time. A man of Xionglo County, Li Tan, had raised 6 daughters and no sons. She, his youngest girl, responded to the search by volunteering. Her parents refused to allow it, but she said, "You have no one to depend on. For having brought forth 6 daughters and not a single son, I cannot take care of you in your old age. I only waste your good food and clothes. Why shouldn't I give up my life a little sooner?" But her father and mother loved her too much to consent, so she went in secret. The volunteer then asked the authorities for a sharp sword and a snake-hunting dog. When the appointed day of the 8th month arrived, she seated herself in the temple, clutching the sword and leading the dog. First she took several pecks of rice balls, moistened with malt sugar, and placed them at the mouth of the serpent's cave. The serpent appeared. Its head was as large as a rice barrel. Its eyes were like mirrors, 2 feet across. Smelling the fragrance of the rice ball, it opened its mouth to eat them. Then Li Qi unleashed the snake-hunting dog, which bit hard into the serpent. Li Qi herself came up from behind and scored the serpent with several deep cuts. The monster leapt into the open and died. Li Qi went into the serpent's cave and recovered the skulls of the 9 victims. She sighed as she brought them out, saying, "For your timidity you were devoured. How pitiful." Slowly she made her way homeward. The king of Yue learned of these events and made Li Qi his queen. He appointed her father magistrate of Xionglo County, and her mother and elder sisters were given riches. From that time forth, the district was free of monsters.